Day after day, we walk on the great path through Dickinson's campus. We walk through the Academic Quad, Morgan Field, and the KW Lawn. Focused on our student life, we rarely leave this great path. We rarely look up. We rarely notice the nature around us. We enjoy the shade, the changing colors of the leaves, yet we know very little about the species of trees that provide us this shade, or the birds that serenade us in the morning. We need to walk off the great path, walk onto the grass, explore the trees, and appreciate the space we share with them. Nature is dynamic. It rarely stays in one state. It's always changing and adapting. Every hour of the day, trees are changing the color of their leaves, squirrels are foraging for nuts, and birds are building nests. We rarely notice these changes because they're not immediate. It's not until an obvious change occurs that we may pay attention. All across America, college campuses are teeming with them. They're small, furry, adorable to some, and a nuisance to others. For the size of their brain, squirrels are some of the smartest four-legged mammals in the world. Over the years, squirrels have adapted to living in cities and urban environments. College campuses are no exception. Squirrels have become as integrated to this environment as students and professors. College campuses provide the perfect habitat for squirrels because the risk of predation is reduced. There is also a wide variety and quantity of food resources, as well as places to nest. Squirrels enjoy each other's company, and what better place to socialize than a college campus? The squirrels found on Dickinson's campus are eastern gray squirrels. A squirrel's physical design makes them highly adaptable to different environments. They're expert climbers because their tail is as long as their body and provides them with excellent balance. Their hind legs are double jointed, which means that they're able to ascend or descend trees faster than other animals. Squirrels also have a complex communication system. They have a wide range of vocalizations, facial expressions, and tail flicks for different messages. For example, a tail flick and a quaw sound, which sounds like a cat screeching, means that there's a predator nearby or leaving the area. In addition, squirrels also have the unique capability of ventriloquial sound. This means that the narrow frequency of their calls makes it sound like they're coming from multiple locations. Squirrels are scatter hoarders, which means they gather and store large quantities of food to use during winter times. Some squirrels may start hoarding as early as August. However, most squirrels hoard between September and November. It is estimated that a squirrel may store away as many as 10,000 nuts in one season. As you can imagine, hoarding has a great impact on their environment. During the winter time, squirrels are faced with the hard task of finding all the nuts they've hidden around campus. It is generally believed that squirrels only use their sense of smell to find hidden caches. However, squirrels have a very accurate spatial memory and use storage patterns to locate food. This means that they might associate a cache with a specific object, for example, a park bench, a car, or a tree. Squirrels are also keenly aware of their surroundings. Their eyes are positioned in such a way that they are able to see things behind them. They will sometimes pretend to bury an object if they sense that they're being watched, and hold on to that object in their mouth until they feel it's safe to bury it. This implies that their behavior is not innate, but rather that they're thinking, that they're aware of their presence in their environment. Squirrels prefer to den inside hollow trees. However, when that is not readily available, they will build a nest called a dray, which is made up of twigs and leaves on the canopy of oak trees. So, when you walk around campus and you see a clump of leaves up in a tree, it's actually a squirrel's nest. Society views squirrels as crazy, nonsensical creatures, and the media portrays them as such. They're highly misunderstood. Squirrels are not only intelligent and aware, but they're also curious and clever. They are some of the most persistent and inquisitive animals. Their audacity to take on a chaotic urban environment is one that should be admired. At first glance, it may seem as if Dickinson doesn't have a large quantity of trees. However, Dickinson's campus has a total of 814 trees from 132 unique species. One tree in particular catches the attention of many students, not only because of its beautiful aesthetic nature, but also for its particular smell. The ginkgo biloba, a tree native to China, is considered to be a living fossil. From the 350,000 living species of plants, the ginkgo is one of the few species with no living relatives and has remained entirely unchanged for more than 200 million years. The ginkgo developed in the Permian era, before any four-limbed, backbone animals or flowering plants existed. The unique shape of their branches and leaves is one of the most evident symbols of their anachronism. Their fan-shaped leaves start off as green for most of the year and turn a crisp golden color in the fall. They're unlike any other in the world. The ginkgo's angular crown and long, erratic branches give it a very different look from other trees. But what about the smell? The foul smell is produced by the outer shell of a seed and is most likely an adaptation to attract mammals to eat the seed and provide a wider seed dispersal. Admired for its longevity and beauty, the ginkgo tree has been distributed around the world and somehow found its way onto Dickinson's campus. The timelessness of this tree's long history puts many things into perspective and helps us think about our place in the world. As one of the researchers that discovered the ginkgo tree said, it puts our individual existence into a broader context, like those pictures of the Milky Way that have a tiny arrow that says, "You are here." We realize that the universe doesn't revolve around us, and that we are only here for a very short time. We live constantly surrounded by other living things, and we rarely acknowledge them. We can learn a thing or two from these organisms and many others that are present on our campus. We just have to sit and observe. When we take the time to immerse ourselves in our environment, we realize so much more about the world and ourselves. When you take a step back, you appreciate the world around you and have a new, unique, and beautiful look at what life means to other living things. This realization humbles our relationship to the natural world. We realize we've been a part of it all along, and that we are in actuality equal to the nature around us. This is why it's important that we acknowledge and appreciate even the smallest of living things.